And just interview, take 2. Action. Well, do you want to tell us what it was you did?
I cycled solo around Northern Ireland to raise money for Nexus NI and Alzheimer's research.
How many miles was this?
Did 450 miles over 7 days. Started one night, my mum had dementia and she was going through different stages, and every stage you get used to it, and then another stage hits in and it just gets harder to sort of watch. You kind of get used to one phase and then something changes and it gets worse, so there's nothing really you can do about holding it back. On the news that night there had been a story of a fella who had been abused, and he had taken the abuser up, and the abuser had been sentenced to 2 years. And I sort of thought, well, he's pretty brave to do that when his abuser would be out in 2 years' time, and he would still have to, you know, live with the consequences. And he had been brave enough to say, I don't want to be anonymous anymore, I want people to know this had happened. I was feeling helpless in a lot of ways, and I sort of, well, sure, the only thing I do is ride a bike. So then I sort of thought, well, maybe I could use riding the bike to make a difference to somebody else. I tossed and turned, and after a couple of sleepless hours decided instead of doing something small, I would do the whole of Northern Ireland and see if it would make a difference. Everybody I could got on board and raised money and went from there, really. I decided sort of early on when I was planning the routes that I would give myself at least a bit of luxury and go bed and breakfast every night rather than camping out, because that would have been carrying more gear and stuff, and I wanted to go as light as possible. The hardest part was the actual training, believing in myself enough to get out through the door to do the training. 40 miles was my base, and then I used the Sunday to do the real long stuff when I wasn't working, and worked up to about 75 miles just in training. So I trained about 5 days a week, but at the same time it wasn't long stuff every night, you know. Because 75 miles to a person who sort of cycles in a road club or something like that they would think nothing of going out and doing 75 miles on the weekend, but I was just a normal person who really hadn't done very much cycling, so 75 miles to me was, mentally, it was the hardest thing to get out there and do it. I really didn't change my diet at all, really, just ate plenty of food, and you could get away with eating what you wanted because you were training the miles, so you didn't put on any weight, which was good. I did try to make sure that there was pasta in there, there was chicken in there, that kind of stuff, but had plenty of sweets and chocolate and sort of things like that too. The official start was Ballygally, so I cycled from Ballygally around the coast through Belfast, survived Belfast, surprisingly enough, and then ended up in Malyle the first night, and then Malyle to Newcastle to Armagh to Derrylin to Sian Mills to Portrush, and then Portrush to Rome. I was really surprised actually, because all the bed and breakfast ones that I stayed with only charged me half the fee for bed and breakfast and told me to put the other half towards the charities I was raising money for, so the charity benefited from that as well. I think each charity ended up with just over £2,000 each, so between the two at least it was always something. Very glad I did it, definitely. It was a once in a lifetime experience. I think it did show me that if you really wanted to do something, and you worked at it hard enough, you could do it. Changed my view of people, sort of made me realise that there's still a kindness in people, despite what you hear on the news and stuff like that there. It kind of reinforced that people can be, there's some still decent people out there, you know.